Today we have with us Nur Afiqah. She has been with us for 7 years. And we would like to have a session with her, chat with her how her experience have been with Mind Stretcher. Welcome to the show. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Maybe the school that you come from, where you are now?
My name is Nur Afiqah. I'm in Crescent Girls' School studying Sec 1.
So how well did you do for your PSLE? Is it something within your expectation?
Yes, I think I did quite well for PSLE. It was definitely one of my expectations, and I'm very thankful for Mind Stretcher because it helped me a lot.
In what way has Mind Stretcher helped you?
It helped me by, I learned many new things when I was in Mind Stretcher because usually I struggle a lot with math. But once I joined Mind Stretcher, I think I gained more confidence, and I was more confident answering the question.
So through your experience at Mind Stretcher for the 7 years, we talk about maths, right? Is there any particular area you're very weak at?
I think I'm quite weak in fractions and decimals. But after I attended Mind Stretcher, I actually gained more confidence because there was many methods. Before I attended, I only thought there was one method, which was actually very confusing for me. But after I learned more methods, I was able to answer the questions instead of just knowing the answer blindly. I was able to answer the questions in a method that was very understanding for me.
Okay, then what about science? Is there any particular area that you find that you have struggled in, and then there are some areas that Mind Stretcher has helped you?
I think in P3 when I started science, it was actually quite confusing because it was like a whole new subject to me.
Definitely.
And I couldn't quite understand it. But I think Mind Stretcher helped me on how to answer questions and understand the question before answering it. And because of that, I think I'm quite good in science now.
Okay. I know that some students they struggle with science because although they know the knowledge in science, the facts in science, but they don't really know what is required in the exam, right? For that particular question. How has Mind Stretcher helped you frame that kind of answer so that it's a foolproof answer?
Mind Stretcher has workshops, and I've attended a workshop before, and I think it was quite fun because there was a lot of games in it, and they also taught us in a fun way. And when you learn things in a fun way, I think it's easier to remember. After I attended the light workshop, I think it was easier because they gave us a kit. We had to play games, and it also made me understand it easier because I had a real life example.
I see. So you did some hands-on experiment to understand light reflection.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That was in primary?
I think primary 5.
Primary 5, yeah. Okay. What is your biggest takeaway for attending Mind Stretcher English?
I think oral.
Okay.
Last year my teacher Monica, she actually helped me a lot because not only teaching us in class, but she also booked sessions with us to help us understand how to talk properly without hesitating in oral. And she also spent a lot of time preparing practices for us, which I'm actually very, very grateful for.
So what was your problem before you attended this oral session? How has this session helped you frame your thoughts so that you know exactly what to say?
I was not very sure on how to exactly answer the question on the spot because I did not have a thinking frame.
I see.
And so teacher Monica really helped me to build a thinking frame, and she also helped me ask questions to myself before answering the question. And it really helped me.
Was it a one-to-one session?
Yeah, she would book sessions with us.
I see. I see. Okay, so that means you have how many sessions do you have with her then before your PSLE?
I think the whole of last year, I think there was about 10.
Wow. Okay. So each of the session, what do you do? Or what did she do with you for each of the sessions?
She would give us practices, and she would go home and ask us to practice on it. And also at the same time, she would ask us surprise questions that we don't know, so that she knows that we know how to answer on the spot.
Can you give an example of the framework that Teacher Monica taught you?
Okay, so Teacher Monica taught us, like for example, and they asked us a question, you have to ask questions about the question so that you can understand the question more before answering.
Okay.
Because sometimes you might not understand the question. So instead of stressing out or worrying, we should frame the question in a different way that helps us understand.
Okay. What kind of exam question came out for PSLE, and how did you use this technique to approach it?
I think the questions were quite hard, but then because Teacher Monica told us not to stress and we should calm ourselves down, we shouldn't put pressure on ourselves. So I think because I didn't panic, I was able to answer the questions.
Has any of our teachers at my structure leave a very deep impression on you?
Yeah, Teacher Monica. She actually helped me a lot. And I think that she's very kind and patient. I'm actually very thankful for her that she spent all those time teaching us.
Last year was a very challenging year because of the COVID year, and there was school closure. I think the P6 students, in fact, all the students didn't go back to school for a few months. I think Teacher Monica took the class somewhere in June because I think the previous teacher left. So Teacher Monica really stepped in to level up their language skills. I think that time was before the oral exam, prelim oral, as well as the actual PSLE oral. She really stepped in to give extra lessons. I could remember clearly that it was a public holiday, and she really set up this Zoom session to help the students how they can improve their oral skills. It went up to 3 hours. You know, on a public holiday, a teacher going beyond a call of duty and giving students extra lessons. I think that is something really we are really grateful for. She not only talk about the oral skills, she also, I can see from her teaching, she also cares for the student. A lot of warmth, well-being of the student is also accounted for during her lessons. So this is something we are all grateful for, and she's very dedicated. Till today, she do text me once in a while to find out how Afiqah is doing. I can see that she's very passionate in what she's doing.
How do you find my stretchers materials in terms of maybe science or English or mathematics?
I think the materials are actually very helpful because in science we have experiments too. Before COVID, we actually have experiments. So we would do the experiments, and actually really fun because we get to learn a new thing and enjoy ourselves at the same time. And for math, I think it's also very helpful because there are examples. There are examples on how to do this question, and for example, like they will give us a question to answer and they will show us how to do it. So yeah, it's
from the example, you'll be able to apply the methods, right?
Yes.
Firstly, I feel that the curriculum itself, it's very extensive. It actually deepens students' thinking. So based on what I've seen from the worksheets and all, I'm quite impressed with the way it is designed for the students' understanding.
Throughout your 7 years at my stretcher, or maybe in your primary school days and even up to secondary one, do you find that there are some challenges that you face in studying?
I think there are definitely a lot of challenges that I faced, and one of which is procrastination. I actually didn't like studying because it was actually very stressful for me, and the teachers put a lot of pressure in school, so I was actually very frustrated. But I think my tutor taught me on how to spend my time properly, and so that I can play and study at the same time. It also taught me how to be disciplined.
So how do you motivate yourself to study hard? Since you said that you don't really like to study, right? You find studying quite stressful. So how do you overcome this, mental mindset?
Usually before I study, I will tell myself that maybe if I study for 2 hours, I can have a 1 hour break. And so I won't be motivated to study. And because of that, I don't find studying very stressful now. I think it's actually quite fun because I have breaks in between. I was actually very playful in primary school. I didn't take studies very
Can't
seriously.
tell, you're such a good girl.
Like usually when I did math,
Mm.
I wouldn't do it. I would just procrastinate and push it all the way to the end. But because of mind structure, I learned that instead of pushing work away, we can just do it, and after that we can have more time to spend to rest. And also because of that, I could do my work more quickly because of the methods they taught me.
I see. Okay, then that's very good. So you are a lot more disciplined now.
Afiqah is a very shy. She lacks that confidence. She knows how to do, but I think she lacks that confidence. So when she attended the mind structure lessons, it slowly, gradually boosted her confidence. So I could see that she tries her best, and certain concepts she doesn't understand in school. When she attends a class, the teachers help her to unpack some of the concepts. Yeah, which I find that it's good for her. Yeah, and she likes to learn at her own pace. So I think the lessons at Mind Stretcher really helped her with that.
Okay, Afiqah, have you attended any mind stretcher workshops or boot camp before?
Yes, I have. I've attended quite a few, and one of them is the oral workshop and the synthesis and transformation workshop.
Okay.
I think the materials they gave were actually quite helpful because they gave examples and they also explained to us, and they gave us time to do it, and then they went through it with us, which was definitely very helpful. And we also had like a few games which made it really fun to learn new things.
Synthesis and transformation is something a lot of students struggle with, right?
Yeah.
It's either you get 0 marks or you get the full 2 marks per answer.
Yeah,
right?
because sometimes it's quite confusing.
Yeah. So previously, before you attend the workshop, how were you scoring?
I was scoring like 4.
Okay, that means
Which-
two questions you got it correct. Okay, so how has attending Mind Stretchers workshop for S&T help you then?
I think it really helped me because it boosted my confidence, and I was able to understand on how to answer questions, because different questions there are different methods. So
Different rules and different techniques, right?
yeah, so I was able to understand the question and I could recognize the method that needed to use
I see.
on the question. Yeah.
That's good. So after that, how many marks have you gotten for your S&T?
8 and 10.
Wow, that's good. And Afiqah, just check with you. If you have friends who ask you, Afiqah, I heard that you're doing quite well. Where would you recommend me to attend any tuition that I may need help in?
I would recommend the mind stretcher because I would tell them that it really helped me because it boosted my confidence, and the key takeaway for them would definitely be the lots of practicing and the teachers' confidence boost, which will really help them because a lot of my friends usually are really scared after the exam because they're so scared that they didn't do well. But after I recommended their mind stretcher, they actually improved a lot and they were confident after the exam.
Oh, so you did recommend some
Yeah,
friends
I
to
did.
my stretcher. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you so much to Mind Stretcher for giving Afiqah the opportunity and also nurturing her all these years. We are really grateful. Yeah, thank you for that.